Hi everyone. It's time to find out what we'll play in 2020. Video game developers will once again strive to make their game the best it can be. Before you, impressive video games of 2020.
Right in the face.
In January, we will have a few games: The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition, Journey to the Savage Planet, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot Saga. But most interesting is Monster Hunter World: Iceborne. The most colorful platformer adventure video game, developed by Moon Studios, will arrive in February. The game features new movement abilities, a sequential upgrade system, and autosaves. Let's not forget about the incredibly well-done visuals, and likely heart-wrenching story that we were expecting to see. It is to be hoped that in March we will finally have a Doom Eternal. The game was nominated for Most Wanted Game at the 2018 Golden Joystick Awards. At Game Critics Awards 2019, Doom Eternal won the awards for Best PC Game and Best Action Game, while originally scheduled for a release on November 22, 2019. Doom Eternal's release was later pushed, and it is currently set to be released on March 20, 2020. No exact disintegration release date has been given yet, but developer is aiming for release between first quarter and early Q2 2020. Disintegration is an upcoming science fiction first-person shooter, developed by V1 Interactive, a company founded by Halo creative director Marcus Lehto and SOCOM director Mike Gutman. The release of two anticipated games from March has been delayed. It's a virtual reality first-person shooter Half-Life Alyx and Watch Dogs Legion from Ubisoft. In April, we will have the most anticipated game of 2020, with actor Keanu Reeves as a starring role, from developer CD Projekt Red, the creator of the legendary The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Is an unknown exact release of Minecraft Dungeons. It will be announced in April. Minecraft Dungeons is a bit different than your traditional Minecraft title, as there is no building, crushing, or crafting. Instead, the game will feature dungeon crawling, with dungeons filled full of traps, monsters, puzzles, and treasures. In May 2020, we will have a video game, based on action film, with Vin Diesel in starring role. In Game Awards 2019, Fast and Furious Crossroads was announced. Published by Bandai Namco Entertainment, and developed by Slightly Mad Studios, who works on Need for Speed Shift series and Project Cars series.
Or take this to the next level.
On May 15, 2020, we'll have a game based on the Marvel Comics superhero team.
Breathe with me.
The Last of Us was one of the most beloved PlayStation exclusives of the PlayStation 4 generation. On May 29, 2020, The Last of Us Part 2 will be released. Some games have been announced to be released in 2020, but have no exact release date or month yet. One of such game, Death Stranding for Microsoft Windows. The game is scheduled for release by 505 games in mid-2020. The release of one more game is scheduled in the second or third quarter, 2020. Ghost of Tsushima, featuring an open world for players to explore. The game revolves around the last samurai on Tsushima Island, during the first Mongol invasion of Japan. Polish video game developer People Can Fly announced that the third-person, 1 to 3 player, drop-in drop-out co-op shooter will be released in summer 2020. To be released in 2020 is scheduled. Halo Infinite is the 6th main entry of the Halo series. It continues the story of the Master Chief, as the third chapter of the Reclaimer saga following Halo 5 Guardians, and will also be the 6th game in the franchise with Master Chief as the protagonist. The release date of the two video games is unknown. It's a platform video game developed by Oddworld Inhabitants, Oddworld Soulstorm, and puzzle platformer, Little Nightmares 2. In 2020, a young picked warrior Senua will get a sequel. In Skull and Bones from Ubisoft Singapore, players will play as a pirate captain, who is headed out to find some treasure. Players will be sailing across the Caribbean Ocean in search of all kinds of riches, and will be crossing paths with other pirates, who have the same goal in mind. It is up to you to decide who to attack and who to ally with. Fortunately, you'll have until 2020 to think about it. Now, I want to wish to my best young friend Kranix joy and love and peace. These are my wishes for Ukrainics and to all my subscribers. Merry Christmas, our dear friends. May you feel the love this upcoming special day. And before you, the most anticipated video game of 2020.